Hey, what's up YouTube? It is Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal, and I've got a new collection update today. This is a lot of underground death metal finally, a lot of tapes that I've had for several weeks now, and admittedly I haven't really listened to them because, as you guys all know, I've been going through a little bit of a funk when it comes to listening to death metal. But today, I sat down, I listened to a bunch of stuff that I've had for a while, pulled out some stuff that I had listened to previously and just hadn't talked about on here, and we're getting back into it. So a lot of great stuff to show off today, a lot of stuff that is probably going to be new to you, I'm hoping, and hopefully you guys will check it out. And of course the links will always be in the description of their Bandcamps and all of that good stuff. So this week has been pretty great. Tool is my all-time favorite band. I think I've made that pretty well known on here, and they came to the Tampa area and I went and saw them on Wednesday night, and I've been recovering ever since. I'm getting old. Concerts are rough on the body. It was an incredible show. I can't remember how many times I've seen them live now. It's been a lot, given that they're my favorite band. I love everything that they do. Negativity aside, I usually ignore the comments that people often make. For some reason, people just really rag on me for having Tool as my favorite band, but whatever. The concert was incredible. I've been beaming ever since. It just really put me in such a great mood, and I just love going to concerts and I love going to live music. It was nice to go to an arena, I will say, this time around. I'm used to going to smaller venues that only fit a couple hundred people and you have to stand the whole time, and you're packed in together and it smells, and there's just, it's a small tiny little bar or little venue. This was a nice arena. We had seats. It was nice to be able to sit down when I wasn't in the mood to stand anymore, which with Tool you can kind of do that because they're pretty, they're progressive metal. They play longer songs. They have a little bit more slower paced times, I think, but I didn't sit there at all, pretty much. But they did have intermission, so it was nice to be able to just sit down and take a little breather there. And it was a great show. I did not see the opening band, so I cannot tell you anything about it. Purposely got there right before Tool went on. So unfortunately, I was one of those people, but if anybody else has gone to the tour this year, you have to let me know how the opening band was. Generally, whenever I go see Tool, I don't really care for their opening band, with the exception of the one time where Meshuggah opened for them and nobody knew who they were. And we saw it and we're like, what the hell is this? And now look at where Meshuggah is. So, all right, anyway, I just thought I would share that with you guys. That is why the Patreon video yesterday, I was exhausted. I was not in the mood to make a video. I just was so tired. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is, there's a new split that was released today on Stump Grinder Records. It's a split between two bands I'm about to show. Head over there, take a listen, check it out. I'm really excited. I have it ordered. I think it's a pre-order. I don't remember. But those two bands are these two bands from the UK. One of them I've already talked about in here. I've already shown a tape on here, but I got the repressing that Gore did. It's got new artwork and all this stuff. And this is Body Asphyxiation Science. As you guys know, Joss Allen. This is his band who did my intro music. There was another red tape release that I showed off a while ago that Brutal K Productions did, and then Gore now has this, and this is Space Adaptation Syndrome, and this is the release that Gore has done. I don't know if these are sold out, but I will link it. You can go check it out. Really good, technically technical death metal, I guess you could say. That space theme. I've talked about this on here. So this is part one of the split that Stump Grinder is releasing. New song, obviously, and this is the tape. A really nice white tape with the purple ink, and then cool J card. There's the artwork, nice space themed artwork, and then on the other side, Joss and Jason, and then they now have a new lead singer. As you guys know, I've talked about Latif, who is also my artist for this channel. So excited to hear new music with that, and then also a nice purple case that it came with. So again, Gore does those aesthetics that are always very nice and very appreciative, even though I buy it for the music, but it's always a nice added bonus when Gore does stuff like that. The other side of the tape is just plain white, which doesn't matter to me at all. So that's the first part of the split. And then the second part of the split is another band that I've never talked about on here because I didn't have anything. I didn't have the release. So this is another band from the UK. This is the only thing that they have out, minus the split that's going to be coming out. And it was sold out on Stump Grinder Records. And I searched around distros and other places that may have it and couldn't find it anywhere. So I finally just reached out to Stumpy himself and said, hey, do you happen to have any extras? Because a lot of times labels do that. A lot of times they have some extras that they keep for, I don't know, damages or just they divvied out to distros or whatever else. There's various reasons. And he was like, actually, I do. So I bought it from him and he sent it to me and I'm excited that I have it. This is Trenchfoot with, what is this called again? Sacrificial Gore. And this is, I would definitely say, a lot different than Body Asphyxiation Science in terms of the split. This is very, very murky, dirgy death metal. I also believe this is a one-man project as well, where he does all the instrumentations with the exception of the drums, which is programmed. But in general, it sounds fantastic. It's that really dirgy, murky death metal. It's got that old school sound to it. Definitely a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this release, so I'm happy that I finally got it. And I love the black tape with the black stickers. I just think it looks awesome, old school, and then the artwork is on the other side. So this is the other part of that split. So definitely I'm pumped about that split to be coming out with Body Asphyxiation Science and Trenchfoot. I think that's a pretty cool split. A nice UK death metal scene here, and there's the backside. So I was interested to see. Oh yeah, and the artwork is by Rotting Head, so that's Latif, who also did my artwork for my YouTube channel. So awesome! I thought that he's got a distinguished style. Like, you know, after you start to get to know these artists, like you start to recognize their style of work, and I just knew that looked familiar. So Trenchfoot, that's the other split, and I listened to that today, and I really, really enjoy it. So that's it. That's it for those. So head over. I'll also link for the split too. But check those guys out. Amazing stuff. Joss is an incredible guitarist. I've talked about him several times on here. So next up is from Desert Wastelands Productions. This is a repress of an amazing death doom band from Finland. This is their second full length that they finally repressed on tape. Solothus with No King Reign Eternal. I said that wrong again. No King Reigns Eternal. Solothus is such a good band. I love this band. Love Death Doom. They're a really good Death Doom band. Their latest release on 20 Buck Spin 2 years ago now is fantastic. And ever since I heard that, I've been wanting to get their other albums. Desert Wastelands has now repressed both of their other albums on tape, so this is available and shipping. I don't think it's sold out yet, so if you're a Solothus fan, you'll be happy to know you can now get this on tape, because this was pretty hard to find for me in general, so I was glad that Desert Wastelands pressed this. So there's the J card. I really like the artwork on here and the color scheme of it, that blue and green, the band on the other side. So incredible Death Doom. I showed off the other repressing on here. I've shown off Solothus on here several times. So this is great. I listened to this the day that I got it in the mail, which was a couple of weeks ago, almost a month ago now. Yeah, a month ago. And then I popped it on today, and yeah, it's still really good. All their albums are really good. I just enjoy everything that they put out so far. So check these guys out if you haven't yet, especially if you're a Death Doom fanatic. You'll really enjoy that. The next tape that I got is from Maggot Stomp, which I feel like I haven't shown anything on Maggot Stomp in a while. And immediately that's because I hadn't bought anything in a while. I sat on this one for a little while. It had been out. And the day that I heard it, I wasn't in the mood for this kind of death metal, so I didn't purchase it. And believe it or not, I do that. I don't purchase things if I listen to them and I'm not in the mood for it. And then I went back to it about a month or so later, and then it hit me that time. So I ended up getting it, finally got it in, and I listened to it again today, and I still enjoy it, not gonna lie. So this is the new Needlepusher with Abyssal Internment, or Abyssal Internment, I should say. So Needlepusher is members of the brutal death metal band Theatus, I think is how you say their name. Another Maggot Stomp band. They put out a record, was it last year? That was incredible. You know what? Let me just show you what I'm talking about because I have it right here. This band, this is what the members of Shrines to Absurdity, this is the release that was put out. So this is their new band. Some members of this band have created this band, and I would say that there's some similarities here. There's that brutal death metal style, a little bit of a technicality of chaos is what I would like to call it. This one is probably a little bit more technical-ish and chaotic, whereas this one is definitely a little bit more vein in the brutal death metal sound. But in general, this is a really good release. I'm glad that I got it. I listened to it today, and like I said, I still enjoy it after I've had it for I think like 2 months now. Just a black pro printed tape with the gold lettering, and then here's the J card. This band is from New York. This is the only thing they've released so far. It's their first release. I think this is called, is this an EP or a demo? I don't know. It's 4 songs. Someday I'll learn the difference between an EP and a demo. So really nice cardstock, J card, thick, nice quality. So this is still available, I believe. It also was out on CD, but definitely check this out, especially if you're a fan of this band, because you'll definitely hear some similarities in there, and you'll enjoy this one. So cool, nice little new band that these guys have started. Excited to hear where they go from here. And immediately I had no idea who that was when it was dropped. It was dropped, I don't remember when it came out. And I was like, I don't know who this is. Never heard of this band. So listened to it and I finally bought it. So anyway, on to the next. So the next one is from Redefining Darkness, which again, I feel like I haven't bought anything from them in a while. And I was scouring Bandcamp one night, late at night, and I was really in the mood for thrash. And I feel like thrash kind of dead now, guys. I don't know. It just seems like I don't buy a whole lot of thrash albums lately, especially new thrash bands. And I go back to the old school ones, you know, like especially lately with the 80s metal, 90s metal that I've been getting into. I've been listening to a lot of Anthrax. I've been putting Slayer on a lot lately. So anyway, I checked the thrash trending section of Bandcamp, and I saw that this was trending, and I immediately thought it was Viking metal because of the cover, but I was mistaken, and I listened to it, and I ordered it, and then it came because it was a pre-order, and I forgot that I ordered it, and I listened to it again today, and this is a really good album. This is a really, really good album. It's a really nice thrash album. There's even a little bit of blackened thrash sound to it, just a tiny bit. This is Eternal Evil, with the longest album name ever. The Warrior's Awakening brings the Unholy slaughter. So yeah, as you can see, you would assume this is Viking metal just based on the cover, which it is not. It is thrash. There at times it does sound similar to Slayer, I will say. It reminds me a little bit of Slayer. Maybe not in the riffing, but I mean a little bit in the riffing, a little bit of the vocal style. But in general, it's a really good thrash album. And I haven't seen a whole lot about this. It was up there trending, and I'm surprised it doesn't have more hype around it. So maybe it has, I just haven't seen. But I'm actually surprised I haven't seen more people post about this, because this is actually a really, really good album. And so far, this is one of my favorite ones that I've purchased this year, which, you know, it's February, and I feel like just not a whole lot has come out yet. So this has been a nice release. Black Pearl printed tape. The band is from Sweden, and this is their first full length. I think they have another EP or demo out there, but I had never heard of them until now. So it's got the very old school thrashy vibe, and that was literally what I've been listening to for the last several weeks, with the exception of the heavy metal, power metal stuff. Even just the picture just has got that old school thrash metal vibe of Creator, Slayer, even Metallica. So yeah, it's a really good release. You definitely should check this out, especially if you're in the mood for this kind of music. And I kind of wish, there were more thrash bands coming out. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like, and I might be saying this, and people might disagree with me, but I feel like this genre of metal is kind of dead right now, and hasn't really ever been revived. So it'd be nice to have a thrash revival. That's all I'm going to say. And then this is the other side. So Redefining Darkness. Don't know if there's vinyl. Immediately did not look before I turned on the record to record this. Wow, talking is hard today. And it has like this silver case, which people always like to know those things. And I'm pretty sure this is still available. I don't think this sold out, but I will link at the Bandcamp as always. And they also have their own website too. So if it's sold out on Bandcamp, check the Redefining Darkness website. Similar to Gurgling Gore now. Gurgling Gore has their own website, so they're no longer just on Bandcamp. And Desert Wastelands, same thing. They have their own website. So if you ever go to a Bandcamp and it's not there and they have their own website, check it out because they divvy up the stock of their releases. So Eternal Evil, again, looks like Viking metal. It's not. So good stuff. I like it. I like that a lot. I'm probably going to listen to that when I'm done with this. And then finally, the last three I have to show are from Headsplit Records, which needs no introduction on here, or ever. Headsplit Records is an iconic label. They've been pumping out the shit lately, lots of stuff, and I've been eating it up and buying it. They just made some slip mats for the turntables, which, let me show you that really quickly, because I'm able to just snag it. No, I'm not. There's a record on my player. Well, go over to Headsplit. They've got some slip mats that they made. And that was a fail. So I bought a slip mat, and then I got 3 tapes along with it to, make it a bigger purchase. Slip mats are cheap. So the first one is, I bought this after hearing it on Schnell's Vital Vinyl blog video he did a couple weeks ago. Death Doom, fantastic Death Doom. This is their only release. It's a demo band out of Pennsylvania. This is Chasms with Necrotic Ossuary. And as you can tell, that cover, Death Doom at its finest. So this is really good. 4 songs of amazing Death Doom. Again, I heard that on his video. He talked about it, he played it, jammed out to it, and I was like, well, I'm owning that. So that's when I headed over to Headsplit. I snagged it and a couple of other tapes that I listened to. So I've had these for a while, so I'm finally showing them. Very nice little simple J card, and on the other side is lyrics and liner notes. So I don't know a whole lot about this band. I just know they're from Pennsylvania. It's the first thing that they've ever released. As far as I know, they don't have anybody on here in this band that I'm familiar with. That may be in another band. But, oh, is this a one person? Yeah, this is a one-person band. I just realized that. Amazing. Says TC, all instruments, vocals, and lyrics. Awesome. All right, well, there you go. And I really like that artwork. It is by Necrotic Frost. So, cool artwork. So, this is really good. Really good. Check it out. Headsplit probably still has these available. They press a good amount of things to keep in stock, and I'm sure other distros and stuff have gotten their stuff in stock as well. But this is really good. So definitely check this out if you're a Death Doom fan. You'll really enjoy this. The other tape that I got is another thrashy album, a little bit of a blackened thrash sound. Band that I had never heard of, but immediately the album cover, the name alone was like, I'm going to just blind buy this. And I did. I just blind threw it into the cart, didn't even listen to it, which I don't ever do anymore. But I trusted this judgment. And it ended up being a good purchase. I really, really enjoy this. This is a really good EP. Band out of Chile. Did I already say that? And this is Vomit. I mean, how can you not enjoy that? Like, look at that. With Deathlike Vomit. That is the name of this. They do have a full length out. I have not listened to it yet. I don't remember when it came out. But this is a new EP that Headsplit has put out. And it's good stuff. It's like kind of a blackened thrash sound. It's fun. I really enjoy it, and I've listened to this twice today, just while I was packing orders for my distro and stuff. Cool red tape, which I love red tapes, and then the ever so amazing artwork, which I really enjoy, and then the lyrics on the other side. The band pictures are pretty great. So another thrashy album right here. Again, this is kind of just what I've been in the mood for lately. I've been listening to a lot of Anthrax and Slayer and Metallica, and then of course the metal stuff of like Judas Priest and stuff like that. So this really hit hard today. I really enjoyed it. So good stuff. Check this out if you have no idea what this is and you enjoy that blackened thrash sound, that thrashy sound. You'll enjoy this album. So it's very good. And then finally, this album is fucking awesome. And for somebody who has been a little bit down on the death metal stuff lately, This revived that for me. I forgot that I ordered this, and I remember when it came out. It was back in December when they previewed this. Actually, it might have been like January. It was like January 2nd or something. It was like right after the new year. I heard it and I was like, oh, I gotta get that. So I finally sat down and listened to it in full today, and then played it again. This again, it revived the death metal that I had been not really into lately. This is the new Dripping Decay, Watching You Rot demo, band out of Portland. So again, it's that old school worshipping death metal sound from the Northwest, which they excel at that. Mortiferum is from there, Cerebral Rot. Dripping Decay is probably on their way of being, listed as one of those fantastic bands that has come out from that area. This is really good. I really enjoy this. It's that old school dirgy death metal. It's so good. I really like. This is probably another release that I got this year that I've really, really enjoyed and will probably carry on for the rest of the year as being one of my favorite releases to come out. This is their only release. I don't know anything else about this band or anything like that. I mean, for all I know, they could probably have members of another band that I know. It's got that classic cream colored tape and then a really nice J card. So as far as I know, based on the names, I don't think these guys are in another band. I could probably pull up the Metal Archives and see, but here's the J card. Just such an old school sounding awesome death metal record. This is really good, especially if you crave that 90s old school worshipping death metal. You're gonna love this. Again, it's so good. I really like this. I don't know, Headsplit, they just have an ear. Technically, it says this came out in 2021, but the tape finally was being shipped in 2022. So whatever technicalities. So that is all that I have to show. That is my collection update today. A lot of great underground death metal there. And yeah, I have bought a lot of CDs lately, to the point of where my CD shelf right here is completely full now. And I got this like 3 months ago. And so I'm going to start doing CD collection videos where it's just this only CDs, every metal genre, not just death metal, because as you can see, I don't just have death metal CDs. So I'm probably going to start doing that to have a little bit more content on here. And then again, I started my Patreon page. Thank you for the like 5 people already. You guys are awesome that have subscribed to it. $1 a month. I posted a video yesterday on there about some drama that happened this week between Blood Incantation and Gatecreeper. So if you're interested and you wanna watch videos similar to that, go ahead and subscribe to my Patreon. I'm probably going to start posting a little bit more personal blogs and stuff like that over there where I just turn the camera on and talk about things. And yeah, just have a little bit more personal side over there. We'll see how long this goes. I don't know how long I'll do the Patreon thing. I just figured I would try it out. So many people told me I should do it. So I figured, well, let's see where this goes with this. So that's all that I have, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're into that. I'm really into that. I love football, so I'm excited. Super Bowl weekend is always super exciting for me, even though I'm not a fan of any of the teams. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday with a new Black Metal Monday.